What's up, y'all? It's your boy Javier. Cheers. Welcome to another episode of the Analytical Eye Show. I hope y'all having a good day. My day's going alright. Got a lot of stuff to do. It's always a little bit of time. I wish we had more time during the day to get stuff done, but it's okay though. But I hope y'all are having a good day. Um, you know, Let me give y'all a little disclaimer before you start this episode because I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I respect everybody's profession, especially people that put their life on the line. And I saw this post. Let me see if I can try to pull it up. It says, "Don't make me tap the sign." And it says, "Serving in the military does not make you a good person." And that's my disclaimer. Because that is the truth. Just because you're in the military, just because you are a cop or someone in law enforcement, because there's a difference between a cop and someone in law enforcement, because you can be FBI, ATF, you can be TSA, you can be CBP, you can be Federal Air Marshals, whatever. Just because you're serving and protecting the community or serving the community in the healthcare system or because you have a degree to your name does not mean you're a good person. Okay? I think I saw this on Twitter. I don't know if y'all can see that. I saw this on Twitter. So yeah, great quote. The reason why I want to talk about this today, and the title is going to shock a lot of people and it's going to probably draw some backlash, but that's because you're going to be required to have to click on it and listen. I don't care, and hear me clearly when I say this, I don't care about cops being killed. I don't. I don't care about the president being killed. I don't. I don't care about governors, mayors being killed. I don't care. I don't care about military people being killed. I can care less. I don't care because I just don't. What I do care about is the fact that that person is a person. I care that that's why they were killed. So if you are that whole stature of, another person within your community is killed, they work hard to find them, to bring them to justice. But if you're a cop killer, they bring all the manpower down on your ass, to find you, to bring you to justice, because because if you kill one cop, you can kill many. There's so few of them and more of us. Let me tell you something. I do not care if you are a cop. I don't care if you are a military personnel. I don't care if you are the president. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your occupation is. I care, though, that you are a human being that was killed. And you are not more important than the next. So, let me say that. And I know a lot of people are going to have a problem with me on that. Ooh, did I touch a nerve? Well, guess what? Like I always say, a hit dog will holler. Because there's going to be people that are going to be like, "Oh, you don't care about cops being killed. You could be a cop killer, huh? Remember that when 911 come knocking on your door, or you need 911 to come to you? You must have not listened to what I said. I can care less about your occupation. Your occupation doesn't matter to me. I don't care that you're a cop. I don't care that you're the president. I don't care that you're a nurse or a doctor. I care that you're a human being, and human beings shouldn't be killing other human beings. Why do we as people put this big stature, this big elevation on, oh my God, he killed a cop, we gotta find him? How about he just killed another human being, we gotta find him? The occupations don't matter. Now, I understand on one hand why we do that, because if you are in law enforcement, you're there to serve and protect, and that's something that's debatable, because there's a lot of motherfuckers out there that really don't be serving and protecting. They be serving and protecting themselves rather than, what they're really supposed to be doing. So there's some arguments there. Not just on the race side where it's, blacks versus cops. You see what I'm saying? Or shall I say black versus blue, because, once you become a cop, you start following that blue line and protecting the blue wall or whatever, But it is also, it's many different facets, So for me, I don't think it should matter. And I get it. Like I said, I get on one side the reason why, on one side, not sign, side, the reason why if you kill one cop, they bring down the hammer on you is because these are the people that are enforcing the law. These are the people that are between good and evil. They're the barrier. We got to protect that barrier. However, at the end of the day, one person is not important than the other based off their occupation. Just because this was a captain and this was a citizen, that doesn't make them any more important. And a lot of people out there, and a lot of people be like, well, obviously they're not more important. There's people out there that act that way. There's people, especially in law enforcement, that act that way. There's people in certain positions and levels of their either economic or social class that make it seem more important in how they respond to missing persons or this murder or this crime or this insurance fraud or this, or how this rich person can get this amount of time in jail but this poor person gets this amount of time in jail. We put everything on a pedestal or equating on how we look at shit through prejudicial, stereotypical views. And that is wrong. So it's not important to me that you are a cop and you were killed. It is important to me that you are another human being that got killed. That just so happens to be a cop. Nobody is more important than the next. And I'm going to title this episode a very particular way because I want people to click on it. Because I want y'all to listen to everything I'm saying right now. We got to stop putting people in these different statues and elements and stuff in these positions and glorifying them. We got to stop putting people on pedestals because we all fall at the end of the day. And nobody's more important than the next. Nobody. And we have been treating each other like this person is more important than this person based off of maybe something how we personally feel about that person, whether they're our family member or because of our race or because of our gender or whatever it is. Nobody is more important than the next. God looks at all of us as equals. Just like our sins. You may have murdered somebody and somebody else may have robbed somebody. But when you go before God, he says, I don't care if you kill somebody. I don't care if you robbed somebody. You both committed a sin. You stole, you killed. The sins equal out the same to me, but we as people say, oh, well, you robbed somebody, you get 10 years. You murdered somebody, you get 50 years. If we stop doing that and saying, hey, you committed a crime, you are going to jail. Doesn't matter. You're both going to jail for the same amount of time. If we start putting that stuff and stop elevating, and I get it. A lot of people looking like, well, I fear that's not fair. Why would somebody go to jail for robbing somebody for 10 years and then somebody that goes to jail for murder for 50 years? There should be some disparity because they took a life and they just robbed. But at the same time, did they just commit a crime? You're either for peace or you're against it. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm also saying is that we gotta look at it from a perspective that nobody's more important than the next. And we treat each other like this person's important, this person's not important. This person matters or this group of people matter and this one doesn't. Look how they live. Look how they live. Look how this lives. Look how this reacts. Look at their educational scores or this or that. There's so much hierarchy. What's up with this hierarchy thing? I don't understand it. Because that's why we have zoning laws and redlining and this funding going here and this funding going here and how much you're getting versus how much they're getting. Instead of looking at it as, hey, we're all people at the end of the day. We just so happen to be different colors of skin. But you deserve the same amount of money or whatever it is, or funding or programs or how y'all want to live versus this. And that's why I said I don't believe in separate but equal because of the way that terminology came about, but I do believe in being different and equal. You can have a different community and a different way of living versus ours, but we both require the same amount of protection, same amount of love, same amount of care, same amount of monetary investments, same amount of attention on things. That's what matters. You know, I was watching this TV show called All Rise, and there's an episode on there where the deputy gets pulled. He gets stopped on the sidewalk, matching the description, as they always say, for a black, for a guy that's running away from law enforcement that's black. Oh, you fit the description. And then when after they throw him on the ground and everything like that, dude is in handcuffs at the banquet dinner that they're supposed to have like that same night or whatever like that, and he sees the guy that arrested him. He walks up to him, he's like, oh, I didn't know that, or he didn't recognize him at first, and then he reminded him who he was. And he's like, oh, I didn't know you're a deputy. You should have pulled out your shield. It shouldn't matter that I shouldn't have to pull out my badge for you to see I'm one of you. One of you as far as our occupation. I should be seen as one of you as a fellow human being, a fellow human being that should be treated with the same respect and dignity as if I was your brother that was getting questioned. In America, cops are trained to shoot to kill. They're not trained to de-escalate. Did I say that right? De-escalate? De-escalate. De-escalate? Yeah, I said that right. De-escalate. In this world, or at least in the United States, you're told to get insurance to just pay millionaires and billionaires and line their pockets when they barely they give you coverage for health care. In America, it's put Sprouts and Whole Foods over here, but give Walmart and this and these neighborhoods and give them all this processed, embedded E. coli, FDA, chemical type food that would then keep them popped up on pills. I was just watching a fucking commercial where they talked about how this group of people that may have a condition, they're already taking a pill, but they have side effects from those pills that are making them trimmer. So then they say, you taking this pill, take this pill to get rid of those side effects. Why the fuck am I taking a goddamn pill that's supposed to help me get better, that has side effects that are negatively impacting me? So I'm going to take another pill to take care of those side effects, which I'm just going to be doped up on fucking pills. That's how the United States of America, and I've got on here and I've said America so many times, which is wrong, because if you think about it, America, KKK America, likes to think that that's the only America there is. But Canada is America. The United States is America. Mexico is America. You have Central America like Honduras and all that stuff like that. And then you got South America that has Guyana and Brazil and Colombia, all them damn countries down there. We have North America and South America. It's all America. So let me specify. In the United States of America, because I can't speak for Mexico, I can't speak for Canada, I can't speak for any other countries in Central America, and I damn sure can't speak for anybody that's in the countries that are in South America. But what I can do is speak for the United States of America. There's a cycle of oppression where we classify each other based off of hierarchies of our occupations, our economical status, our social status, our religious status, our gender status. But somehow in the First Amendment of the Constitution, it talks about freedom of press, freedom of assembly, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, all those things. But I guess you can say they meant what they said by that. You have the freedom to do those things, but doesn't mean that we can't harbor you or what's the word I'm looking for? Imprison you or marginalize you. I guess those things, they left some of those things out because they specified those type of things in there. Maybe it would be worth a lot of unlawful shit happening, which would be a crime. There was something there was a TV show, I think it was, that talked about what's the difference between freedom and liberty. And freedom is allowing anybody to do what the fuck they want. But liberty is ah fuck. Damn, that was a good ass line. And it was from a TV show. And it was about a rich person doing whatever the fuck they wanted to do. And the person had said, I forgot what the exchange between the actors and what they said, but one of the lines is the freedom is that you get to do whatever the fuck you want to do because you're rich. The liberty is like holding you accountable or shit, fuck. I think if I remember correctly, it was stated the line was like you need to learn how to have liberty and not freedom. Or something like where they was like, well, aren't those the same? She said, no, freedom is you guys thinking you can do whatever the fuck you want with no consequences. Liberty is for people like us that don't have money, that need protection from you guys that are the rich. And I was like, woo! That made perfect fucking sense to me when that was said. And I said, you goddamn right, that makes perfect sense. Because if you have a certain occupation like being a cop or let's say law enforcement, or you are a public official, or you're rich or something like that, you guys have the freedom. But us regular folks down here on earth that are regular, we have liberty. Because you guys have the freedom. You guys think you have the freedom to do whatever you want, good, bad, whatever. Oppress us. But we require liberty so that way y'all don't oppress us with your freedom to do whatever the fuck y'all want, which badly and negatively affects us because you guys think you're up here and we're fucking down here. I wish I could find that liberty versus freedom from TV show. Fuck. Damn. I wish I knew. I'm trying to think of it off the top of my fucking head, yo. But I'm telling you, that line was good, used so good. It was either from the recent episode of Law and Order, I think, SVU, or it was something else. But all I know is that line was used so good, and I can't think of it. But it's basically that. It's the truth. Freedom is for the rich. Rich people think they have freedom. Rich people think they have freedom, and that represents them, so they can do whatever the fuck they want to do, no matter what it is, and they won't be held responsible for what they do. Liberty is for us, so that way we have the freedom of not being oppressed by the shit that they do when they run around here like a chicken with their heads cut off and do what the fuck they want to do, or when they're in a certain stance or quote unquote position of power or authority, or being an authority. See what I'm saying? So yes, fight for liberty, people. But yes, fight for freedom, but fight for liberty too. Because all these motherfuckers out here think that they're better than us, and that they're more important than us, and they equate themselves to us. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying, where I don't give a fuck if you're a cop and you get killed. I care that you were killed because you're another human being like me, and you just so happen to be a cop. But if you were killed, I'm going to treat your homicide the same way and give it the same amount of attention, the same amount of energy as if it was a John Doe on the street. We see it every day, y'all. If a prostitute comes up missing, nobody thinks anything twice. They're unspoken of. They're unsung. They go unsung. Or yeah, if that's the word I'm looking for, unsung. Yeah. They go unnamed. They go not broadcasted, or their story told. And then you hear these documentaries and big news outlets that come out with a breaking story. 20 sex workers, 20 prostitutes were murdered. Why has this been overlooked? Because they've been marginalized. They've been told that they've been acting like they don't matter. They've gone overlooked. They're in the shadows. Who gives a fuck about them? They're nothing. But if even one cop gets killed, everybody get involved. They even call up the FBI. They call up everybody and start, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we gotta catch the guy. So one cop matters more than 20 people that got killed? No. They matter too. They matter too. Just one person being killed from that has the same value as if it was one cop. Wanna know why? Because that is a life, just like that is a life. And nobody's more important than that. We all breathe. We all have air and lungs and a heart. And if you have that, you are important. So I want everybody out there to know that. Whether you are a prostitute, if you want to call a prostitute, sex worker, a hoe, whatever you want to call it, if you're a stripper, whether you're a garbage person, whether you're a Congress person, a member of Congress, whether you are a law enforcement, whether you are a doctor, you're a nurse, you're a lawyer, whether you are an activist, whether you're a podcaster, whether you are, as they say, whether it's social media influencers, whether you are the president, whether you are a singer, a songwriter, producer, director, whether you are a painter, whether you are a culinary, whether you are a chef or a culinary artiste, whatever it is, whether you are a pastor, whatever it is, whether you, even if you're homeless, or as they want to say, displaced, or whatever the fuck you want to call them, but no, it's homeless. Whatever it is, every one of us matter, and it doesn't matter. We're all equal in this game, and don't let nobody else tell you otherwise. I understand why we put some importance on some shit, because we got to make a stance and make an example and say, hey, this is not allowed. But at the same time, shouldn't that just be across the board on all things? And it's not just the job of the people in those occupations to make that happen. It's also us as the people in our own communities, in our own zip codes, our own streets, our own homes, to make that known. We will not tolerate crime. We will not tolerate you thinking you're more important than us. We will not tolerate you doing this and doing that, ripping and running, do whatever we want to do. And this goes with raising kids. This goes with our education. This goes with our love. This goes with our dignity, our respect, our sleep, our Ooh, sorry, I'm about to sneeze. Hold on, I think I might sneeze. Okay. Alright, I thought I was about to sneeze there for a second. It goes across the board on everything. And no, it's not listed here either. I'm gonna try to. I would love to find that show. But I can't think of it off the top of my head right now, y'all. And I hate when this type of shit happens, because I've watched so much stuff over these past few days that I'm really trying to think. Where was it that I seen it? Because I know I seen it. I know I had watched, and it was a great ass line from a show. It was a great, and when I tell y'all it was a great, that hit me like a ton of bricks when that was said. It was amazing. But I can't seem to find it. I'm looking through stuff to see if I can try to narrow it down for y'all, but I don't want to keep y'all any longer on this episode more than I have to. Was there anything that I watched recently? Maybe it was on cable. Maybe it was on no, I don't think it was on The Rookie. Damn. It's a good line though, but if I find it, I'll let you know. But I doubt I'll find it by the time I upload the show. But if you know what I'm saying, if y'all have seen the episode of the show, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it basically, like I said, the line is freedom is for all y'all that think y'all can do whatever the fuck y'all want. Liberty is for us against y'all people, the people out there that think they can do whatever they want, whether that is in economic stature or occupational stature, whatever that is, where you think the hierarchy is you're up here and we're down here type of deal. But it was a great quote. I wish I knew where it was from. I wish I can give y'all the quote so I can go find it and watch it because it was amazing. But I can probably go through here and list. It probably came from maybe Madlock, if anything, starring Kathy Bates, which she does a damn good job in that. But I really don't think it was from that. I really think it's from. Definitely wasn't from Paramount Plus, a show on Paramount Plus, because I actually haven't been on there in a minute. Maybe it was on Hulu. Was it a show on Hulu? No, it ain't on Hulu. Because I would have known, I would have seen. Yeah, y'all. Sorry, I was trying here, and I actually never even meant to even mention that quote. Yeah, even looking it up right now, I'm not even seeing it. Um, but yeah, I really wish I knew because it was a great scene from it may have actually came from probably from that TV show I just watched with Robert De Niro, which was called Zero Day, which was really good. So it might have been from that. I think because that's actually the only new thing that I recall actually watching from this past week was yes, it was. It was from Zero Day. Because I remember Robert De Niro was sitting up there talking to the CEO of the tech company that was part of the conspiracy of the shit that was going on. And then she said he was explaining liberty to her, and she said, isn't that one and the same? And he explained it to her. Let me see if I can try to pull it up. I won't be able to play for y'all copyrights because I still want my monetization on this episode. But let me pull it up and I'm gonna find it. And let's see if I can find it. But it was a damn good show. I'm gonna try to skim real quick. Real quick. No. Next episode. Yeah, damn. Can't seem to. I mean, I'm skimming, and it came from the show, but don't think I can find it. Probably was episode. Okay, yeah, next episode. Come on. Nope, it wasn't. Oh, damn. I'm gonna find it. So just hold on, y'all. Just hold on. I'm not gonna pause because I know y'all probably like, oh my god. This is how it is on the Analytical Eye Show. I like to give y'all real life time information, and I probably already went past it, knowing me. Knowing me. Sorry, my throat. Um, mhm. And while I'm talking, this show had its ups and downs. It really did. It was a pretty crazy show. Um, and I thought the old dude was dealing with dementia. I was like, why the fuck is he even leading this investigation if he got all this dementia and shit going on? But come to find out, that set up here and fucking poisoned his damn brain. And that was crazy. And I thought one of the guys on here was working for the other side. Come to find out, he wasn't. He was. They just didn't know who they can trust. Come on. Y'all know how you be looking for shit, and I do this all the time on this show. You will be looking for shit, but then you can't find it, and you're doing all of this. You're doing all of this recon, which is code word from the military or from so they're doing all this quote unquote recon to do do all this research. Recon is a code word for research. But you're doing all this research or looking just to find what the fuck you're really looking for. And I just may have to pause it and come back as I do. But, oh, here we go. Found it. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm just going to play it for y'all. Fuck it. Copyright or not.
By the way, the Franklin quote, I think you got it wrong. It's liberty we should sacrifice for safety, not freedom.
What's the difference?
Freedom is what allows people like you to do whatever you want. Liberty is what protects the rest of us from people like you.
Thanks for the tea.
Boom. that was a line that really was hit home. But yeah, that's all I got to say, y'all. That's all, look, this show is fairly simple. Sometimes I get on here and I have some real deep shit to say, but I'm also trying to keep this shit short for y'all, because I know that especially in season 1, I was really going in it with like an hour plus episodes. Like, I'll be okay, we gotta tone some shit down. So I'm trying to keep it between 30 to 45 minutes, but I think that once Anthony and Prakash get on this podcast, we're gonna maybe talk for a good hour and a half, and we'll have to, chop some shit up, but I think y'all gonna enjoy it. So but yeah, I wanted to make sure I found that clip for y'all, because that was I don't know, for me, I find that, that quote, that line right there, to be absolutely true. That is absolutely true. So take heed to that, y'all, especially when it comes to this hierarchy thing and finding importance in everybody. We all should not just strive for freedom, but liberty. But if you look at it from the perspective, the common folk is fighting for liberty, while everybody else has freedom. And it's a lot of the 1%ers that have freedom that are doing wrong to all of us through every channel and every aspect of not just our government, but that controls our everyday life. And we're trying to fight for freedom and liberty and protect ourselves from you guys out there. And that is a lot of law enforcement's bad cops. And let me say this known. If you know that you see somebody doing wrong and you don't say something, you're just as bad, if, to me, probably worse than they are, because you're not upholding them to it, and you're not upholding the SOPs, your what you're being trained to do. You're not holding up the rule of law. And that goes across not just law enforcement, but it goes across to every avenue and aspect of life. You are what you allow. So yeah. I thank you for watching this episode of the Analytical Eye Show. Let's move on to our fun fact for the day. We're going to talk about Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, born Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr., was born January 17, 1942, and died June 3rd, 2016. And he was an American professional boxer and social activist, a global cultural icon, widely known by the epithet. I don't know what that was, but by the elitists or by everybody, if that's the word that they're saying, is the greatest. He is the GOAT. Yes, he is. He's frequently cited as the greatest heavyweight champion of all time, heavyweight boxer of all time, and that is true. He held the Ring magazine heavyweight title from 1964 to 1970, was the undisputed champion from 1974 to 1978, and was the WBA and Ring heavyweight champion from 1978 to 1979. In 1999, he was named Sportsman of the Century by Sports Illustrated and the Sports Personality of the Century by the BBC. He was born in Louisville, Kentucky, and died in Scottsdale, Arizona. And he has the Ali Mall Monument. He has the Muhammad Ali Boulevard. He has the Muhammad Ali Center, the Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. And he also was an actor. Was a singer. He was a poet. He was a rhymer. Yeah, if you ask me, he helped some of these hip hoppers out here with rhyming. He was a philanthropist. He was an author. Author and an orator. And obviously has numerous awards. And he had his boxing record is a total of 61 fights. He won 56, wins with knockouts of 37. He only lost 5. He went to representing the United States of America in the Olympic Games in 1960 of Rome as the lightweight, the Intercity Golden Gloves in 1959 Chicago lightweight, 1960 New York heavyweight, and then Chicago Golden Gloves, 1959 Chicago lightweight, and 1960 Chicago lightweight as well. He went on to the United States National Championships, 1959 Toledo light heavyweight, and then also 1960 Toledo lightweight heavyweight. And the other ones where I mentioned just lightweight, he was lightweight heavyweight in Rome, lightweight heavyweight in Chicago, in the Intercity Golden Globes, and then also in the Chicago Golden Globes. Both those 1959 to 1960 Chicago were lightweight heavyweight. So my apologies, I messed up on those. He has fought for the civil rights movement, and he's always obviously been an active participant when it came to, you hear Muhammad Ali, you hear Malcolm X or MLK, you hear, Muhammad Ali was in the mix of that. Obviously he did the run in Africa, and unfortunately he had the diagnosis of Parkinson's syndrome, so he also received his award list just goes down. I'm all over the place. Sorry with talking about him. I'm sorry. His accolades include the Presidential Citizens Medal, Presidential Medal of Freedom. He got the Presidential Citizens Medal in 2001, the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2005, BET Humanitarian Award in 2002. His list just goes on, and he broke records for his fights on television, worldwide. I'm looking at the record. If you go on Wikipedia, you look at his records right now for his viewerships of his fights. We're talking not just worldwide or in the United States. We're talking about 20 million plus people watching his fights, just in the United States alone. So this man was pulling in some heavyweight, some heavyweight. He also has my apologies. He also has Grammy nominations. Sorry, my apologies. He obtained, outside of boxing, Ali attained success as a spoken word artist, which is an orator, releasing 2 studio albums, I Am the Greatest and The Adventures of Ali and His Gang versus Mr. Tooth Decay in 1979. I Am the Greatest was released in 1963. Both albums received Grammy nominations. He also featured as an actor and a writer, releasing 2 autobiographies, which we did discuss. And obviously he focused on religion. hence his name, changing his name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali. So we just want to thank you, Muhammad Ali, for everything you've done for us and the culture and the community as a whole. Still to this day, you inspire boxers that are currently in the light and coming up. You inspired all of us, and many facets for entertainment, such as Rocky Balboa and stuff like that. So we just want to thank you, Mr. Ali, for everything you've done, and rest in peace. And thank you to your daughter, Layla Ali. We salute to you, my sister. And I thank y'all so much for watching this episode of The Analytical Eye Show. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Analytical Eye Show. Or you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Avia Vassal. You can follow the show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Facebook, Instagram at The Analytical Eye Show, and on Twitter at iAnalytical. I am messing up as always, but I thank y'all so much for watching this episode. Cheers. I'll see y'all next time on The Analytical Eye Show. And make sure you take out the time to talk about things that meet the ideal. See you next time. The Analytical Eye Show is presented by Analytical Eye Productions, a AAVR company.